Good afternoon, good evening. I am Patrick D. McCoy, and it is certainly an honor and a privilege to bring greetings on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the Coalition for African Americans in the Performing Arts, whose motto is what? Bringing color to the classics. You know, CAAPA is one of these organizations that there are few and far in between that are doing the kind of work, the par excellence work of arts education in the community by bringing arts into settings that people and different demographics of people may not have the opportunity to have this kind of exposure. Partnerships with the Washington Chorus, partnerships with Washington National Opera, the Washington Performing Arts Society, just to name a few. And it takes the support of loyal followers and devotees such as yourself to enable this work. And we certainly want to thank the board and the executive director, Terry Allen, for her vision with such an organization as this. Again, we salute CAAPA on its 10th anniversary and bringing color to the classics, and we look forward to more years in this endeavor.
Bringing color to the classics.
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 Born out of an idea 10 years ago to give back to the community, Victor Simonson and his sister Pamela Simonson, along with their mother Terry Allen, came up with the concept of CAAPA. It was just an idea back then, when the siblings were on the cusp of their classical music careers, but they were determined to help other young people yearning to study classical music in any way they could. After all, they too, as young students, had been the beneficiaries of a variety of different organizations, including their church home in Roosevelt, New York, a suburb on the south shore of Long Island, just 20 miles east of New York City. While at the same time, the trend of the African American community has been to embrace different musical art forms such as gospel, R&B, jazz, and hip-hop. As children and teenagers, Victor and Pamela loved musical theater like Phantom of the Opera and classical music. They began studying, and their school and family encouraged them. As they grew in the love for classical music, the community, church, and organizations such as the NAACP Act Soul, Jack and Jill of America, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority, Delta Sigma Theta, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity, 100 Black Women, 100 Black Men, the Lynx, Daughters of the American Revolution, Long Island Philharmonic, local theater companies, and many more started to pay attention to their talent and sought them out for performances, scholarships, and the like. It was in this environment they thrived in learning, studying, and growing in the classical music field. And it continues to this day. Both brother and sister have a career in classical music, with Pamela performing with opera companies including the Washington National Opera, San Francisco Opera, and the Chicago Lyric, and Victor serving as a pianist and musical director for venues including the Kennedy Center, Arena Stage, Center Stage, and more. Over the past 10 years, a coalition of African Americans in the performing arts have been mainly family members and friends partnering with other musical artists organizations in the community. It was this season, during their 10th anniversary, when CAAPA decided to take it up a notch, and that they did. CAAPA is struggling to make their presence known in the community with creative and innovative programming geared towards attracting a diverse audience. Programs such as paintings, poetry, Puccini and pasta, Rossini on the rooftop, the Gershwin and Grits brunch cruise, and the 8-year-old pre-caucus reception held on the eve of the Black Congressional Caucus. CAAPA's groundbreaking programs have attracted a myriad of curious people wondering, how does classical music really fit into our community? Maybe I should check it out. In fact, nearly 60% of the CAAPA audience has never seen an opera on stage before, heard a symphony orchestra, or engaged in a classical music concert. Outside the annual Messiah, African Americans shy away from classical music performances, and even that many times is like pulling cat's teeth, which is one of CAAPA's goals: audience development. Growing an audience is difficult, but with the promise of taking CAAPA to another level with its innovative programming and partnerships, CAAPA will bring new arts lovers into the fold. But it doesn't end there. CAAPA hopes to develop their intensive 5-point program, which is also the first letters of the acronym CAAPA, with C for community outreach, A for arts education, A for audience development, P standing for performance opportunities, and the last A for arts partnerships. Statistically, only 4% of opera companies and symphony orchestras hire African Americans to perform, growing only 1% in the last 10 years, but the hope is it is growing. CAAPA recognizes that if they can get someone to attend an informal event such as the popular Gershwin and Grits brunch cruise and see and hear a classically trained African American up close and personal, we would more likely spend the money to attend an opera to see them perform. Thus, opera companies would be likely to hire African American classical musicians and, like the Lion King, hire black performers. The circle of life continues. In this case, the music circle. CAAPA is aggressively pursuing other means to bring color to the classics in a way that will make its mark on the industry. We can do this. We can make a difference. We can continue bringing color to the classics.
Bringing color to the classics.